India asks China to discipline and control its frontline troops. PM Modi to deliver keynote address to US ISPF summit tomorrow. No let-up in COVID-19 cases in the country. Northeast states continue to witness spurt of COVID cases. Flood and erosion problem of Assam figures prominently on third day of autumn session of Assam Legislative Assembly. And Union Government includes tug-of-war, Malkham and para-sports for direct recruitment of meritorious sportspersons in Group C level government posts. Good evening viewers, welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin. This is Ashutosh Sharma, now with the details. India said Chinese army carried out provocative acts on 29th, 30th and 31st August even as talks to diffuse tensions went on. In response to a media query on the recent developments in the India-China border areas, External Affairs Ministry spokesperson Anurag Srivastav said India has taken up the matter of recent provocative and aggressive actions with Chinese side through both diplomatic and military channels. He said India has urged them to discipline and control their frontline troops from undertaking such provocative actions. India and China have been closely engaged through diplomatic and military channels over the past 3 months to resolve the situation along the India-China border. The two foreign ministries and the two special representatives have agreed that the situation be handled in a responsible manner and either side should not take any provocative action or escalate matters and ensure peace and tranquility as per bilateral agreements and protocols. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will deliver keynote address to the third leadership summit of US-India Strategic and Partnership Forum US-ISPF tomorrow. The summit titled US-India Week, Navigating New Challenges, highlights areas of Indo-US bilateral cooperation including trade, investment, strategic ties, collaboration in fintech, healthcare, technology and India's position in global supply chains. US Vice President Mike Pence addressed the week-long summit on Monday. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar and Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal have also addressed the summit earlier this week. The summit is being attended by top corporate leaders, government officials and leaders. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh left for Russia this morning for a 3-day visit to attend the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Defence Ministers meet. The defence ministers of all 8 SCO member nations are expected to deliberate on regional security challenges like terrorism and extremism and ways to deal with them collectively in Moscow on Friday. Singh is visiting Moscow at the invitation of Russian Defence Minister General Sergei Shoigu and will also take part in the meeting of Collective Security Treaty Organization CSTO and Commonwealth of Independent States CIS. The Defence Minister said in a tweet that he will be meeting his Russian counterpart General Shoigu to discuss bilateral cooperation and issues of mutual interest. He said India and Russia are privileged strategic partners and he is looking forward to further this partnership during the visit. The recovery rate among COVID-19 patients has further improved in the country and it has now gone up to nearly 77%. The total number of recoveries so far has risen to over 29 lakhs. In all, 62,026 COVID patients were recovered and were discharged from the hospitals during the last 24 hours. Health Ministry said the constant increase in recoveries has ensured that the actual caseload of the country has reduced and currently comprises only 21.26% of the total positive cases. The number of recovered patients is now around 3.6 times as compared to the active cases. Currently, India's case fatality rate is at 1.76%. In the last 24 hours, 78,357 new cases were reported, taking the total number of positive cases to 37,69,524. Presently, the total number of active cases in the country is 8,01,282. In northeastern states, there is no let-up of COVID-19 positive cases. All states of the region have witnessed new COVID cases on Wednesday. The number of corona positive patients in Arunachal Pradesh rose to 4,200 12, among whom 2,979 people have recovered and 7 people have lost their lives. In Manipur, the number rose to 6,382, of whom 4,450 have recovered and 29 have fallen to the disease. In Meghalaya, the number rose to 2,440, of whom 1,235 have recovered. Mizoram counted a total of 1,020 corona positive cases, among whom 612 have recovered. Nagaland counted a total number of 3,201 recoveries. The COVID death toll in Nagaland is still 9. In Sikkim, the COVID positive cases rose to 1,670 with 1,237 recoveries. In Tripura, 12,702 people were found positive with 7,847 recoveries. The COVID death toll in Tripura rose to 118. In Assam, Health and Family Welfare Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma in a tweet said the total number of active COVID-19 patients in the state now stands at 24,514, whereas 86,892 patients have recovered so far. In the last 24 hours, of 33,066 tested samples, 2,684 samples were tested positive. The positivity rate has reached 7.24%. With death of 9 more COVID-19 patients on Tuesday, the death toll has gone up to 315 in the state. The novel coronavirus has affected 2,59,25,495 people across the globe till date. The death toll rose to 8,61,667. 1,82,09,744 people have recovered till date. The total number of COVID-19 positive cases in the US rose to 62,58,028. Brazil followed next with a total of 39,52,790 COVID-19 cases, and Russia has 10,05,000 cases. The problem of erosion figured prominently on the third day of the autumn session of the Assam Legislative Assembly on Wednesday. Several MLAs, namely AIUDF MLA Aminul Islam, AGP MLA Pradeep Hazarika and BJP MLA Deepak Kumar Rabha, raised questions on the issue of erosion affecting their respective constituencies and what steps were being taken initiated by the Water Resources Department to check erosion. Replying to their queries, Minister for Water Resources Keshav Mohanto said that erosion is a major problem plaguing the states and a comprehensive action plan is called for to solve this problem in a scientific manner. Answering to a starred question posed by Congress MLA Kamalaksha De Purkastha, Minister of State for Labour and Welfare Independent Sanjay Kishan said the government has provided a one-time assistance for 2,000 rupees each to 2,21,374 labourers in the organised sector. Regarding labourers in the unorganised sector, Kishan said that his department is compiling a database on it. There will be no question hour and private members' bills will not be taken up in the upcoming monsoon session of Parliament. The 0 hour will be restricted. Notifications issued by Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha Secretariat said there will also be no break during the session, which will be held from 14 September to 1st October. Both the houses will function on Saturdays and Sundays as well. In view of the COVID-19 pandemic, the sessions will be held in 2 shifts, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Except for the first day, the Rajya Sabha will sit in the morning shift and the Lok Sabha will sit in the evening. In a bid to promote India's indigenous sports and make the attractive options for the youth, Union Government has included tug-of-war, Malkham and parasports for direct recruitment of meritorious sportsperson in Group C level government posts. Department of Personnel and Training included 20 such games in the list for direct recruitment. The move comes following a proposal from the Department of Sports for inclusion of some more disciplines in the list of 43 sports for recruitment of sportsperson to any Group C post in ministries, departments of Government of India. Accordingly, the list of sports for the purpose of recruitment of sportspersons by Government of India is revised and now it has 63 disciplines. Sportspersons who have represented a state or the country in national or international competitions in any of the 63 games sports are eligible for appointment for Group C level posts. Now the list has been expanded to include 20 more disciplines. Information and Broadcasting Minister Prakash Zavadekar today expressed happiness that Swadeshi apps are in top 10 on Play Store. In a tweet, Zavadekar said, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has in the last Mann Ki Baat episode asked citizens of the country to support indigenously developed apps in a boost towards Atmanirbhar Bharat. The Prime Minister has also cited a few examples. Among these apps, the Kutuki Kids Learning app, Chingari app, Ask Sarkar app, Step Setup Go app, among others. The Assembly Committee on Environment on Monday informed that Meghalaya State Pollution Control Board has issued a notice of closure to 15 illegal coke industries in West Khasi Hills district for violating Air and Water Pollution Acts. Committee Chairperson S.K. Sun said that the district authorities should follow the directions given by the Meghalaya State Pollution Control Board and close and dismantle these illegal factories within 14 days. On Shakambari Ferro Alloys Private Limited, the committee has given them 1 week to provide their documents. Sumit Nagal stormed into the second round of the ongoing US Open tennis last night. Nagal defeated Bradley Clan of USA 6-1, 6-3, 3-6, 6-1 in the first round of the US Open to progress further into the tournament. With this result, the 23-year-old Nagal has become first Indian to win singles draw match at a Grand Slam in the last 7 years. In 2013, Somdev Devbarman had reached the second round of the Australian Open, French Open and US Open. Nagal, who is the world number 122, will now face second-seeded Austria's Dominic Thiem in the second round of the tournament. The Fit India Annual Advisory Committee meeting was chaired by the Union Sports Minister Kiren Rijiju on Tuesday in the presence of Secretary Ministry of Sports Ravi Mittal, Secretary Youth Affairs Usha Sharma, Indian Olympic Association President Dr. Narinder Batra, various celebrity fitness enthusiasts including Shilpa Shetty Kundra, Kajal Agarwal and other stakeholders working in tandem for the promotion of the Fit India mission. The committee, which also included secretaries of school education and literacy, higher education, health and family welfare and Ministry of Ayush, besides others, shared the initiatives they have conducted and have planned to take forward to make the campaign a wider success. The Union Minister also mentioned that the massive popularity generated by Fit India in the last 1 year can only rise further if we put in more efforts. To end the news, the headlines once again. India asks China to discipline and control its frontline troops. PM Modi to deliver keynote address to US ISPF summit tomorrow. No let-up in COVID-19 cases in the country. Northeastern states continue to witness spurt of COVID cases. Flood and erosion problem of Assam figures prominently on third day of autumn session of Assam Legislative Assembly. And Union government includes tug-of-war, Malkham and parasports for direct recruitment of meritorious sportspersons in Group C level government posts. Thank you for viewing the Northeast News. Namaskar.